Lots of game makers are working with the Magic Leap 1, the developer edition of Magic Leap's remarkable headset. And at the 2019 Game Developers Conference in March, you will get an inside look at how one of the most remarkable Magic Leap experiences was made. Creative powerhouse Weta workshop Desi Edu Grordbort Invaders addresses PDC at FICALLY for Magic Leap, and in his GDC 2019 Invaders game, via tracked upon creating Drive. Grordbort's Invaders for Magic Leap 1, let game designer James Everett will walk you through the process. While game devs are more familiar than most with the challenges of building things for platforms that do not quite exist yet, Everett's talk is especially exciting because Grordbort's Invaders is one of the world's first long-form, mixed reality action games, and it was created by a brand new team on an in-development platform, incubated within the walls of an Academy Award-winning physical props company. In this talk, Everett will discuss how the Weta Game Shop team, part of a collaboration between Magic Leap and the Weta Workshop, delivered on their mandate to build an attention-grabbing mile, providing feedback on the ever-evolving hardware and software that became the Magic Leap 1 Creator Edition. Further details on this talk and many more are available now on GDC 2019 session scheduler. There you can begin to lay out your GDC 2019, which takes place March 18th through the 22nd at the newly renovated Moscone Center in San Francisco. Bring your team to GDC, register a group of 10 or more and save 10% on conference passes. Learn more. For more details on GDC 2019, visit the show's official website, or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, or Gamasutra and GDC are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. Newsbrief. Second dinner. The studio set up last summer by two Hearthstone devs, former game director Ben Broad and former executive producer Hamilton Chu, has secured both a partnership with Marvel for its first game, in addition to a $30 million investment from NetEase. While Second Dinner aims to remain a small studio, the five-man team is looking to use that investment to hire additional developers for its recently set up Irvine, California office. Broad, Chu, and fellow co-founders and ex-Blizzard devs Mike Schweitzer, Yong Wu, and Yomoro Kindred set up Second Dinner last June after leaving Blizzard to, in Broad's words, take a crazy risk and get back to hands-on game development. Marvel's Spider-Man has now sold through over 9 million copies worldwide, according to publisher Sony Interactive Entertainment. Insomniac's super-polished superhero effort reached that milestone on November 25th,
2018.
less than 3 months after it launched on September 7th, and has likely shifted a few more copies since. The acclaimed title impressed critics and consumers alike with its endearing narrative and more traversal system, and even made it onto Gamasutra's esteemed Best of 2018 list. Sony broke the news on the same day it revealed worldwide. PlayStation 5 sales have surpassed 91.6 million units, with 5.6 million of those coming during the 2018 holidays. Not a bad news day for the Japanese outfit. The National Basketball Association, NBA, have signed a new multi-year global partnership extension with NBA 2K publisher 2K Games. 2K's parent company Take-Two described the deal as significant, but failed to talk specifics, although the Wall Street Journal claims it will cost the publisher around $1 billion over 7 years. To date, The NBA 2K series has sold in over 86 million units worldwide, with NBA 2K18 currently holding the series sales record after shifting more than 10 million copies globally. The NBA has been an outstanding partner throughout the history of the NBA 2K franchise, contributing significantly to its unparalleled success and the ability to grow its audience around the world across a myriad of platforms and offerings. Take-Two CEO, Strauss Zelnick: "We are thrilled to be in business with the entire team at the NBA, and enter into the longest ever partnership extension between our organizations. In advance of the recent Game Awards, BOWARDBEROUGHT in a few journalists for a quick presentation discussing the story of its upcoming cooperative RPG EVENT as BioWare readies to launch a major new universe. We had questions about the future of BioWare as a studio. At the meeting, game director John Warner and lead producer Michael Gamble made a pitch for what the game's multiplayer story experience would be like, explaining how players would be given private opportunities to advance the narrative while still going on missions with their friends. We were able to sit down with John Warner to discuss the evolution and development of Fathom, and learn more about how the company is shifting into a new world of RPG design. Edited for clarity. So as a group, we wanted to go after some new challenges. We know that we wanted to start telling stories in a more social way, and that was going beyond our previous efforts at multiplayer like Mass Effect 3 and Dragon Age Inquisition. Right off the bat, we knew we wanted to create something that was going to be a little bit different from the start. We knew we wanted it to be a co-op experience. We wanted people to play together and be able to enjoy a BioWare setting for an extended period of time. These were the goals, the big tent poles that drove our development. Honestly, the first thing that really jumped out at me from our prototype was flight. We played around with it, had lots of different aspects to it, but having that feeling of being able to get to a point in the world and jump off a cliff and fly was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then you kind of look around side to side. This is something no one else is doing either. It was magical right off the bat. Our engineers, our animators, they were just eating it up. They dug it. They really dove into that challenge. And, yeah, we can totally do this. A lot of it is respect. Respect for the craft. We are all game players. We are storytellers and we tell stories in different ways. It starts from that position of respect. I want to listen to what you have to say as a developer, and whether you are a 3D modeler making terrain, or you are a writer bringing these amazing characters to life. I want to hear what your opinion. You are a writer. You have an opinion about how this rifle works, how this piece of gear behaves. I really want to hear about that, about how we are casting, and who we are casting. You have to start from a position of listening. There's a good structure of peer review that goes on, so you are never really a lone voice. Sometimes somebody will come up to me and say, I had this idea. I think it should work like that. You think about that. And I try never to either adopt or discard. It's, hey, let's sit down and talk about that. Sometimes there's a great reason for it, and you go, yeah, that would be really cool. And we do our best to make sure that gets adopted or changed, or focused, whatever the case may be. But again, it has to be a conversation. Where are you coming from with this feedback, and what do we want out of it? Sometimes it's my job to draw the box around the sandbox and say, this is the sandbox we are playing in, and this idea is outside of the sandbox, so we probably will not do it this time, but maybe that's an idea for the next game. Part of it is my job to do that. That way we come to a place of understanding and agreement. It can be challenging. I think there's one aspect of that which is very personal. It's not just our co-workers. Oftentimes they are our friends. Oftentimes you go through a lot of challenging circumstances together. You draw closer together. It's always hard to see somebody move on to that next opportunity, that next thing. I think that one of the ways that you do it is when people move on and choose to go to that next challenge. Again, you are always respectful about that. It's not, oh well, we did not need him anyway, or we did not need her anyway.